James the Lesser, we don't know how to do any polls with anything yet. Like, I'm looking to do polls with Nightbot and stuff, and I think it would still work here on YouTube like we were trying to get it to work on Twitch.
Here we go.
Hello, and welcome to James the Lesser Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible. I just had to say, DSP, his days off, always so dramatic. Only this man could have a entire season of sitcom comedy show happen in one day off. Every week. We're going to be doing this at 1.25 speed because he talks so damn slow. Here we go, about his day off, starting with Valentine's Day.
All right, let's talk about my day off, shall we? Yesterday in the United States was Valentine's Day. And as much as my wife and I would have loved...
It's not just America. It may not be that popular worldwide, but it's celebrated more than just America.
To plan out a fully romantic day together. We didn't even know that we were going to have yesterday off until just a few days previous. Because again, I just explained, my wife is jumping into another new job responsibility, a new schedule, a totally new workload. And when this happened, her schedule changed, and she doesn't even know like her schedule until maybe like 3 days before the new week, which is really dumb. But I guess that's the way retail works, huh?
First of all, really, you had no idea she was going to have Valentine's Day off until 3 days beforehand. And 3 days was not enough time for you to plan. But wait a minute. You had Monday scheduled as your day off longer than 3 days ago. Mister, I can only take a day off. It's my wife's day off, guys. So you knew more than 3 days ago, but she only knew 3 days ago. Math ain't adding up here, DSP. Just saying. And great snort.
So that being said, we couldn't plan for Valentine's Day. When we finally found out that we were going to have it off, we're like, oh, wow, this is cool. We said, well, what can we do special for the day? Well, we can't go out and have dinner because there's no way we're going to get into a restaurant. Everyone always does reservations for Valentine's Day, so there's no way we're going to be able to do that.
And again, you had 3 days, according to him,
we could do.
Make reservations somewhere.
We really wanted to get a box of like high-end chocolates. We have not had candy in this house since like the middle of last year. We're not big snack people in that regard. Like, we don't really have any sweets in the house at all.
First of all, bullshit. Second of all, who needs sweets when you got gin?
And so we said, hey, it's Valentine's Day. There's actually a few places around here that do really good quality candy, and I am a sucker for chocolate. Chocolate is the candy that, like, I absolutely love. Even though I don't really crave sweets, oh my God, chocolate, I can't resist, okay? So we actually sat down, and the night before, we actually went online and went to one of these local businesses that does it. We said, look, we're going to get a box of candy, but you can make your own. You pick what you want. So we were actually going through the list and picking the ones that we were going to get. We're like, oh, this is exciting. We'll get a box of candy. We can share it and, you know, kind of romantic on Valentine's Day. Okay, so we did that, and we...
So you didn't buy your wife a box of chocolates. You bought yourself a box of chocolates. He bought himself a box of chocolates, then shared it with his wife for Valentine's Day. Holy shit.
Planned out for that anyway. And then another thing we were going to do was we knew that there was no way we were going to get into a restaurant on Valentine's Day. But guess what has become way more prominent in the last 2 years because of COVID? Food delivery, right? A lot of people...
DoorDash, something his bank leaks prove he does more than grocery shopping. He spends more money on DoorDash than grocery shopping. And I was like, oh, guys, this is a huge revelation. We could just DoorDash our meal, guys. We never would have thought about this before. Bitch, you just did on your marathon, Feasting with the King, where you DoorDash food.
People now are always ordering and getting food delivered rather than eating in the restaurant because of COVID. And a lot of places are delivering now who normally wouldn't have. And we actually looked it up, and there's 2 Italian restaurants in our area. I'll be honest with you, neither of them are East Coast Italian authentic. I grew up in Connecticut where there's like a million Italian restaurants everywhere. They all have a certain style and flavor to their food that's very unique to East Coast Italian. And out here, absolutely no one does it. They try.
There's not a single Italian person in the entire West Coast.
When it comes to their food.
As soon as you cross the Mississippi River, not a single Italian person exists.
There's 2 Italian restaurants in our area, both of which we've gone to and we like. They're not as good as East Coast Italian, but they're still decent, okay? We said, you know what we should do?
Let me guess.
We can't go there in person for Valentine's Day. Why don't we order food for delivery? So we went online, and everything said, yes, they're open on Valentine's Day, and we even went to the delivery apps and stuff, and it says, yes, you can order from them, you know. Some of them were like, order ahead. You can order ahead for delivery the next day and stuff.
Let me guess, you didn't do that.
So we're like, oh, okay, interesting. Maybe that's what we'll do, okay? Cool. So yesterday our day begins. We wake up. We actually got to sleep in a little bit.
So see, they said, hey, you can order right now for tomorrow. And he said, nope, we're going to save it to the last second tomorrow.
Which was nice.
Dumbass.
Both my wife and I, my wife actually has to go to work earlier in the morning, so she has to wake up earlier than me now. Used to be the opposite, now it flipped again. I get to sleep in a little bit extra, which is nice, because a lot of these days when I have a day off, I actually get up early. But in this case, I actually got to sleep in for a change, which is nice.
Motherfucker. You're constantly late to your streams that start at 10:45 your time because you've just rolled out of bed. You have just woken up at 10:45. Oh, I should go to waddle down the hallway and start my stream. Sorry I was late, guys. Because I got to sleep in. Bitch, you sleep in every single day.
So, excuse me. So, we got up, actually had a nice breakfast together, which was really nice. Spent some time together. We actually did a little bit of house cleaning, played with Jasper for a while, and then basically it was like maybe early afternoon. So the first early hours of the day went really, really well. Okay. So.
Wow, chores and...
All right, what are we going to do? Well,
playing with the cat.
My wife is very tired. I'm not going to lie. This new job is taking...
And not playing with the cat, if you know what I mean. No, it is Valentine's Day. You think maybe you'd want to do that a little bit, but nah, DSP.
A lot out of her. She's completely had to change her schedule. Her last job, she was working nights. So she was, sleeping in, waking up in the afternoon, and then working 8+ hour shifts at night. Now, she has to get up early in the morning.
So she's part-time, but she's working 8+ hour shifts. How is she part-time, DSP, if she's working 8+ hour shifts 6 days a week, only gets 1 day off, according to you? Here's a hint. It's absolute bullshit.
To work a day shift, and then she gets out around 6:30ish. You might notice sometimes when I'm starting my late stream, I say, oh, my wife just got home. So it's a very different schedule now, and she's still trying. She's only done this new schedule for about, I want to say about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. Everything just blends in my head. So trying to adjust to this. She's very out of sorts a lot. She's trying to get her body adjusted to yet another schedule, which is tough. It's tough when you have to, I got to get up late for like a couple months. Wait, now I changed stuff, so now I got to get up early. Oh no, now it's shifting again. It's like your body can never get into a rhythm and always kind of feels like jet lag. You know what I mean? So, she says, I'm real beat. I want to stay home. Can you run out as usual? Like, I say as usual. I don't want to say it like that because it's not a negative thing.
All right, something happened, so let's try that again.
So, she says, I'm real beat. I want to stay home. Can you run out as usual? Like, I say as usual. I don't want to say
as usual. I want you to run out alone without me, as usual. Gee, mister, it's our only day off to spend time together. Well, what do you do on your day off together? Well, she stays at home and plays Skyrim while I run around and do all the chores and running. I gotta go to the pet store, I gotta go to the grocery store, I gotta go to the dump, I gotta stop here and get my haircut, I gotta go here, I gotta go there. Alone? But I thought this was your 1 day to spend together. DSP, seriously, is this your 1 day to spend together, or is it just, yep, she stays at home while I go do all the running?
Say it like that because it's not a negative thing. I want my wife to be able to relax on her day off. You know what I mean? And especially if we don't have a lot of money, which we don't right now, why are we going to go out and say, let's go out and do stuff?
Yes, you do. We
don't have money. So what are we supposed to do? What's the point of going to the store and staring at stuff you'd like to get and you can't get it?
Window shopping is fantastic. I love window shopping. Love going, ooh, I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that. Ooh, that looks really cool. Or whenever I see an advertisement for the new HTC Vive Pro 2 Max, like, oh, it pains me, but my Vive still works wonderfully. The day it goes up to the great tech scrap heap in the sky, then yeah, I'll look at getting the Vive Pro 2 Max, whatever. But it's fun going, ooh. Now, if I just had stupid fucking money, I'd get that right now. I'd get that graphics card. I'd get that PlayStation 5. I'd get that 88-inch 8K OLED Super TV with wall mount, and they deliver and they bound it to your wall for you, so you don't have to do anything. It's fun to look at shit that, though, if I won the lottery or, lost, long lost, way, didn't even know they existed until that second you get a thing in the mail of, oh, hey, your great uncle twice removed by marriage has passed away, and you're the last surviving member of his family. So here's all of his inheritance. It's whatever reason that, suddenly I got $30,000 dropped in my lap. And instead of spending it on bills like I should, I'm gonna do something stupid and spend it like DSP. It's fun doing that. I got it for you, DSP, mister. I didn't get the Wolverine toy. It still scars me to this day. I have nightmares thinking about that Wolverine toy that I didn't get. Yes, I understand why. You hate window shopping. Why? You looking at something going, I want it, but I can't afford it because I spent all my money on WWE champions.
Pretty pointless, no? So I said, why don't you stay home? And I will go out and do the errands. And then when I come home, I'll basically order dinner. We're going to get Italian food, right?
All right.
Because it's Valentine's Day, we figure it's going to take them a long time to prepare the food. Because they're probably super busy at the restaurants, right? They're probably fully booked. So as soon as I get home from grocery shopping, as I start to unload and prepare things, put them away, we'll order food. Hopefully by the time I'm done, say washing, chopping vegetables, putting everything away, then the food will arrive. We can have a nice romantic dinner. We can have our candies together.
And I still think that is so weird of him that, according to him, when he gets home with his groceries, he washes and chops and prepares the vegetables and fruits and all that right then and there. Why? Weird.
Because, by the way, I was going to go out and get our candies during these errands I was going to run. I was going to go to the candy store, get a custom-made box of candy that we picked all the different ones we wanted, and then come home and have all that together, okay? And then we're going to have a romantic night together. We just kind of relax on the couch. We watch some stuff, listen to music. She was going to play some Skyrim. I like watching her play Skyrim. It's just really fun and relaxing, okay?
Really fun.
So I'm like, all right, this is cool. We're going to have a good day. So I head out to do the errands again, okay? Actually, and the truth is, this was not bad at all. And I know sometimes I bitch about having to go out and do the errands. I say, oh, it sucks because half my day and it's busy work. In reality, it wasn't that bad. I got a lot done. I had to go to the pet store. Let's see. I had to go to, well, she had ordered some stuff from a store for me to pick up. So I picked it up while I was out.
Which store? The makeup store?
And the candy store was
spending hundreds of dollars.
People in there because it's Valentine's Day. So, of course, people are in there buying candy. But it took maybe 25 minutes. I had to wait about 15 minutes to get up. And then I got to make a box of candy. And they had all the candies we wanted. They had in stock. Wow, because it was cool. They had like 7 or 8 they were out of stock of because it was Valentine's Day. But they had all the ones that we wanted. We're like, yes, this is cool. So, then I went grocery shopping, and it wasn't bad. It was busier. It's funny because Kat and I had planned to do things like, get an Italian dinner, have candies together. What do most people do who literally don't give a shit about Valentine's Day? They just
wait for him to tell you how everyone else does it wrong. How Mr. Alcoholic Kermit, he does it right. He's the only one who does it right. Everyone else is a fucking moron for doing it this way, guys.
Just running by fucking flowers. So guess what was so busy at the grocery store? The entire grocery area is empty. The fucking flower area, there's like lines out the ass. It's like, boy, you guys really fucking planned, huh? You really thought about what you wanted to do today. You really care about your significant other when literally...
Yes, buy your flowers a week ago, so by the time Valentine's Day comes, they're all dead. Brilliant! Oh, wait, no, that's a terrible idea. Do not buy your flowers a week ahead of time, because if you do, they're all going to be dead. You want to buy them fresh as possible. Because even 2 days passes and they could all be starting to wilt, depending on what kind you get. Some flowers, they'll grow right out of the concrete of a sidewalk. Others, oh no, you blinked at me too hard, wilt. So yes, it does make sense to wait either the day before or the day of to buy the flowers so they look as fresh and pretty as possible for your lady or gentleman, depending on what you're getting them for.
Literally, you just rush to buy flowers on that day. So how do you think your significant other feels? You didn't plan out anything. You didn't even talk to them about what the day was going to be. Instead, on your way home from work on Valentine's Day, you bought them some fucking flowers, which you probably throw on a table or pop in a vase and say, okay, back to normal day. By the way, honey, what's for fucking dinner? What did you make me? Right? Like, that's just, to me...
Yes, on their way home from work. Something you know nothing about.
It's like, if you're going to get flowers for Valentine's Day, you already got them. You planned it out. You ordered them. They're getting delivered. You already have them. Why the fuck are you rushing to buy them last minute on Valentine's Day? Like, you want to show maximum forgetfulness and minimal effort? You can go rush to the grocery store and buy a handful of flowers on Valentine's Day and toss it into your significant other's hands. Here you go. Okay, I got to go take a shit. See you later, honey. Right? So anyway,
but you had to rush to go get chocolates, dude.
It just really does. It's embarrassing to see those people and the way they're behaving too, because they're like, oh, they're all nervous. I gotta get something good that my wife or husband or significant other's gonna like, and they don't know because they don't fucking talk to them, nor know anything that they like because literally they just ignore them 95% of the year. So they don't know. They're like, oh, what's this?
Mister, I only get to spend 1 day with my wife. By the way, that 1 day I'm completely alone, separated from her, because I'm off doing chores while she stays at home. He's don't even spend 95% of the time with their significant other. Bitch, you don't spend any time with your significant other. You've just admitted that even on your day off, you don't spend any time together. Congratulations. Oh, this picture looks like an amputee. Hilarious. Anyways.
What the fuck are these? I don't know. What's this? Roses? What the fuck are roses? I never heard of that. And, you know, it's hilarious watching.
Who the fuck has never heard of roses? DSP, what the hell is wrong with you? Says all the stuff we already know about.
And walk out with whatever. They have no idea what they're doing. So anyway, I didn't do that bullshit because we had stuff planned out, okay? All right, so I come home, and this is where things started to unravel, all right? Up to this point, things have been good. So I came home from grocery shopping. I want to say it was probably like 5 p.m. Pacific time, okay? And I'm like, all right, let's order dinner because you know it's probably going to take that.
So it's about time for everyone to go out to get dinner, especially those who just got out of work from working their 9-to-5 jobs. Good job waiting until the last second to order dinner as soon as it's time to go get dinner, instead of planning ahead of time, like the website told you to do the day before.
Them an hour or more to make our dinner because it's a busy Valentine's Day. We want to have dinner between like 6 and 7. So let's order dinner, okay? So we go into the, you know, one of the online ordering apps. It goes through the whole, we pick what we want, you know, well, I want this, she wants that. Oh, let's actually get an appetizer too because it's Valentine's Day, it's a special day. We'll do something nice. So we pick that. We go through the whole process.
Wow, an appetizer.
Okay,
so
time
special,
to pay.
dude.
Oh, the store's closed. What? What are you talking about? It's open. It's Valentine's Day. We just went through the whole ordering process. If the store was closed, you wouldn't have let us go through the ordering process. What the fuck is this? So then we said, all right, we have no idea. Maybe they screwed up in the app or something. Let's go to the other Italian restaurant that's around here and order from them instead. Closed. What do you mean closed? It said we checked ahead of time, and it said it was open. All right? So here's what happened. Here's what these fuckers...
So you just mocked people for not planning ahead of time, and here you just made that you did not plan ahead of time.
Do, and this pisses me off. They're open on Valentine's Day, but they're booked, meaning if you did the in-person reservation, they're completely booked. So what do? They shut down their online ordering for the day, but just for that day, so they could focus on the in-person customers who likely are going to spend a lot of money because they're there in person. They're probably going to be...
Yes, and they're going to be tipping, unlike you. And again, the very fucking website you went to told you on that day, the day before, do your order now. And you said, nah, I'm going to wait until the very last second. What if you'd done this before you went out to do your chores? What if you'd done this before you went out to do your errands? Or, all right, it's noon. Oh, hey, they're still open. I can put it in. Oh, hey, wait a minute. You're out and about. Why don't you stop at the restaurant and pick up your food? Save yourself the delivery charge. You could have saved yourself money by not doing a delivery charge and got it while you're out and then just come home with the fucking food. God damn, DSP. Are you really so lazy that picking up your food? It's not like he was home and he had to go out and get it. No, he's already out and about. He's already in the city. Oh, look, there's a Italian restaurant I'm going to be ordering from later today. He drives by it. Never thought to stop and maybe pick up the food on his own. Nah, gotta wait till I get home and then try to order it, guys. Right as soon as the dinner rush happens. Moron.
Drinking wine and spending a ridiculous amount of money on this special Valentine's Day dinner, right? But then they don't tell you that online. Everything online looks normal. It says you can order. There's no problems. And then when you go to order, you get to the end of the process and it just is a blackout. Oh, we were closed today. No, you're not. I wouldn't be able to go through your whole fucking menu if you were actually closed today. You're lying. What you did is you called...
They're lying, guys. Shut the fuck up.
DoorDash and said, oh, just for today, we don't want delivery. Then why did you let me go through the whole app? And the thing that really pisses me off, we planned this ahead days ahead. We had planned this out 2-3 days ago.
If you had planned it out 2-3 days ago, then why did you wait until the very last second to order it?
We went to the app. It said you could order for today and everything. Everything was set. Then the day of, the app changes. And it wasn't just one. We tried 2 other apps. They were all the same. So literally the 2 Italian restaurants around here are fucking assholes. They don't actually properly list what's going on the online ordering apps. And we got screwed over because of it. Okay.
So the Italian restaurants are assholes because an app that is not associated with them, an app they do not own, a totally third-party app, lied to him. Unless the restaurant you're trying to order from was called DoorDash Italian, owned by the same company that runs DoorDash, the Italian restaurant did not lie to you. It's fucking stupid.
Okay. So now we're pissed. All right. Admittedly, we're pissed off. We're like, this is bullshit. We wanted Italian food. Now we can't get Italian food. All right. So what are we going to do? And we're like, well, what can you
God,
do?
what
So
a
my wife's
fucking
like,
Karen.
well, we'll just get whatever. So there was a place that previously we had ordered Japanese style food from, and they had really good chicken katsu. Now, if you don't know what chicken katsu is, it's chicken. Usually it's like dark meat chicken, although some people do it wrong and they use a chicken breast. And they hammer it flat, and they bread it, and they fry it. And that's katsu chicken. Now, you can have it with various dipping sauces. You can get a spicy style. There's all these different preparations that you can do for chicken katsu. So we've gotten this from them before. It's really good. So my wife's like, well, we've already gotten that. Why don't we do other stuff too? I said, all right. So she got a variety order, and her order was, I think it was spicy chicken teriyaki, katsu, and a few gyoza on the side. And then I said, well, I've never had their regular chicken teriyaki before. Let's try that. And there was a combination that was like teriyaki with shrimp tempura. And I said, just for the hell of it, let's get some egg rolls too, to see if they're any good. No idea if the egg rolls will be good. Okay. So we order from them. All right. So that order's through. So now I'm unpacking the groceries. My wife and I, we're doing it together. We're unpacking the groceries. We're putting stuff together. Now, what happens is when I do this, usually I empty out the fridge from the last week. Any leftover stuff has to get tossed down the food disposal. Leftover ingredients, vegetables and stuff. So it just so happens, I think.
The food that you bought and then you didn't use, so you threw it away to replace it with more food that you're not going to eat, so you just had to throw it away again. Huh.
We had some leftover parsley, some leftover cucumbers. No, excuse me, leftover celery. And then, in addition to that, there was like leftover food from last week, some leftovers from dinner and stuff. Some, what we might say, well, why don't you just throw that stuff out? Here in Washington State, you're not allowed to. I'm not kidding. In Washington State, you're not allowed to throw out food. You're prevented from doing that. And for some of you might be saying, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. You're not allowed to throw food out here. It's actually, you get in trouble. So what you're supposed to do is one of two things.
Let's Google that.
You take all your food and you put it into your food disposal. Everyone out here has a food disposal in their sink. It's like a standard thing in this state. Everyone has it. There's nowhere here who doesn't. Everyone has it. Okay? So you have to throw the food, put it in the food disposal, grind it up, and pump it out the pipes. That's one way to get rid of food. Or you have to compost, which means you're supposed to have a third extra trash can. Not only do you have a can for trash, but also a can for recyclables. But now you're supposed to have a third trash can in your...
All right, stop hitting your microphone. Second. It is now illegal to toss out food with the trash in the city. Residents will get warning tags from now. The city will start imposing fines in July. In Seattle, wasting food will now earn you a scarlet... Wait a minute. That says Seattle, not Washington. Yeah, I'm not seeing for Washington State. I'm seeing Seattle, but he doesn't live in Seattle. He lives in Renton. Yeah, everything here says Seattle, not Washington. But he just said, in Washington, it's illegal.
Your home for food waste. So all the food waste you have to put into a third can that stinks like shit because it's just rotten food all week. And then you're supposed to have, there's a can that we have here at the end of our street where you're supposed to go put all your food waste into it. And it gets picked up maybe like once every other week or something like that. Okay?
So why don't you do that?
So that's what we're supposed to do. Okay? Guess what we really don't do? We really don't compost. We don't. We put it all...
So you just explained what they want you to do. They gave you a third separate container to put it in, with another container at the end of the block, whatever, for you to take it to and dump it in. That's too much work, guys. I can't be putting on my slippers every other day to throw away my compost, guys.
All down the food disposal because it's fucking ridiculous. You think you're gonna have stinky fucking trash food in our house? What are you supposed to have, a stinky ass garage? The people...
You've admitted that you had months worth of cat shit piled up in your garage. I'm sure compost smells way better than cat shit.
People out here, listen, I'm all for a green planet. Global warming is fucking real. All right? We all
for a green planet as long as it doesn't affect me.
Worldwide. But there's some things that can be very effective to help our planet. I'm not convinced that putting your stinky fucking food waste into a trash can and composting it like this is going to be very effective. And in fact, I don't think there's been any scientific evidence to prove that it is. It's just out here, everyone's extra, extra, extra green. Everyone has to be...
Yep, like I just said. I'm all for changing and helping the planet as long as it doesn't affect me.
Extra, extra, extra green on top of green. So like I told you, they only come every 2 weeks to pick up our trash, and they only pick up 1 can of trash. We're only supposed to have 1 can of trash for every 2 weeks. What if you have pets? What if you have babies and kids that make a mess? Fuck you. 1 can of trash every 2 weeks. That's what they believe, okay?
I love he's saying all this stuff like he's a scientist.
The point I'm making, why am I talking about it? I can't throw anything out. I have to put everything down the drain. So we finished putting everything away, okay, for the food stuff.
But you just said there's a third container. I'm guessing one container's for trash, one's for recyclables like your bottles and cans, then the other one's for compost. So it's not one garbage can. You just said that you had a third can that was for compost. And then you were supposed to take it someplace down at the end of the block and dump it in. And that gets picked up every other week. DSP, you're telling 4 different stories in one story and getting none of the facts right.
Or the groceries. And I am basically getting rid of all the leftovers and grinding them up in our food disposal. And then I had to wash dishes.
Don't do that.
The food's on the way. It's being delivered.
Do not do that.
Okay? So, I'm tracking on my app. Oh, it's coming. It's on the way. So I'm trying to hurry. I'm putting the stuff down. I'm grinding it up. Putting the stuff down. Grinding it up. Putting the stuff down. Uh-oh. What the hell? It's not going down.
You're about to find out why you're not supposed to shove everything in the garbage disposal.
Okay, this has happened before. So, all right, grind, some water in there, grind. Is there any pieces? No, it's just completely, I don't know, grinding. It's not working. Uh-oh. So what do? This has happened before. So I get some baking soda, and I fill the food disposal, which, by the way, the food disposal is full of dirty food water. Okay, it's full. It's overflowed with dirty food water. So I'm putting baking soda in there. Then I put vinegar in there. It goes, it's supposed to clear out the pipes, clear out the food disposal, right? Okay. Grind. It's still not going down. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay? Well, guess what? The food's arriving now. Our dinner is arriving. Oh, great. What am I gonna do? Sit here with a sink full of dirty food water? I'm not even done washing dishes or whatever. Okay? So I'm like, I gotta go extreme.
So you're about to eat, but then you're doing your dishes before you eat. But we've all seen his photos. He only eats on paper plates and uses plastic forks. What dishes are you washing?
I go upstairs. I grab our giant-ass toilet plunger. I wash it off, obviously. I say, fuck this. I gotta clean this shit out. We're supposed to be having a romantic dinner together. Already we can't have Italian food. At least the candies worked out. The candies, I ended up getting everything. But I'm like, we gotta do this, okay? So I'm standing there with a fucking plunger. I plug up the other sink, because the way for the food disposal, there's 2 sinks. One is for regular stuff and one is for the food disposal. So I plug up the regular sink to create pressure, and I'm there with the plunger. It's fucking taking, it's not unclogging yet. My wife sits down, she's like, well, could we, yeah, I was like, but honey, just eat. What are you gonna do? Just eat. Don't wait for me. I don't know how long this is gonna take. This could take an hour, all right? I start to do it. Now,
an hour plunging, really?
You may not realize this if you don't have a food disposal, but there's something that's called, I think it's called either the trap or the escape. Basically, there has to be a way for air to escape out of the disposal. And this thing was so clogged. I'm not kidding you. So I go to do the plunger. I'm doing, all of a sudden, I'm not exaggerating. All of a sudden, the thing that, I forget what it's called. If it's called the escape or it's called something. It fucking launches into the air and dirty food water erupts like a geyser all over the fucking kitchen.
You deserve it.
It was revolting. It just went, ba-doom. So now I'm covered. Okay. Luckily, my wife was eating at the table. She wasn't near me. I'm completely covered. All right. The countertop, or not the counter, but, the sink and area and all of it, completely covered in dirty fucking water. And I said, and it still was clogged.
Sucks
it was still clogged. It didn't unclog. I said, fuck it. Now, it's rare when I get too angry, but I was pretty fucking upset. My wife usually doesn't see me very angry, so she was kind of like scared. She's like, oh, Phil's turned into the Hulk now because he's angry. So I went and I got a fucking step stool.
I'm sure.
And I used the step stool to stand above the fucking sink. I positioned myself into a pile-driving, plunging position, and I said, and all the time, water is shooting out of the escape trap into this. There's food pieces going everywhere. And then finally it says, and it drains out.
I don't know, maybe try to plug the escape part. Or maybe, I don't know, not do all of that. So you intentionally, oh gee, that makes a mess. I'm going to do it even more. Jackass.
Oh my God, finally. So then guess what I had to do? I had to go wash, change my fucking clothes. Okay, I was disgusted. I had to clean the kitchen. So, basically,
Wait for it. It gets better.
After a half an hour of doing this, the sink is drained. I'm like, okay, now I can finally fucking wash up, clean up. Time for dinner. Now, of course, the food's cold. The fucking been sitting there for a half an hour while my wife was eating.
Yes, but it's not your fault the food's cold because instead of eating, you decided to pile drive the plunger into the sink.
So I sit down to eat. All right, let's have some of this delicious shrimp tempura. And I pick up the shrimp. It's dangly and wet. Shrimp tempura is supposed to be light and crispy. It's supposed to be breaded and fried shrimp in a special Japanese style. Why is it dangly and wet? Because they idiotically put it in the same spot as the fucking chicken teriyaki, and the teriyaki sauce soaked the chicken tempura, so now it's a mushy mess. Excuse me, not chicken tempura, the shrimp tempura. So I'm like, this is gross. I tried to eat it. Oh, it's just not good. It's supposed to be light and crispy, put in soy sauce. It was disgusting. Okay?
It's their fault that
okay.
I didn't eat it when it got delivered, guys.
So I go to eat it. I put it's dry. It's overcooked. It's it's like eating fucking shoe leather. Now, I've never had the teriyaki from this place before. We only had the katsu. The katsu's outstanding. That's what my wife got, and she loved it. I'm sitting there like, oh, this is bad. This is fucking terrible. It's shit. So, like, this really sucks. Okay? But at very least, I ordered some egg rolls. So maybe those are good. My wife goes, oh, the egg rolls. I said, what, you didn't try some? I ordered, like, a side of egg roll. She says, I tried some. She's like, no, I didn't try some. So I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. Where are they? They're over there. And so she had kind of like covered them. I opened the plastic. Oh, my God. So usually when you order egg rolls or something, they usually put it in like some kind of a paper bag or a container. All right, this one is similar. It's like, you know how they put it in wax paper sometimes, like a wax paper bag as a little side thing. The thing, okay, hold on a second. How can I, all right.
How can I be more overdramatic about this, guys?
So.
Oh, who are you leaning Manuel Banning?
Oh, I don't have it here anymore. Darn.
Yeah, I don't need my glasses except for driving, guys. Bitch, get your nose off your fucking screen. If you can't see what's on your screen until you press your nose against it, you need to wear your glasses, jackass.
Oh, wait, maybe I do. Hold on a second here. You guys have seen this, okay? You guys may recognize what this is.
I had that sandwich. You know why there's so much sauce on it? The chicken's dry. Every bite with that sauce, delicious. You just take a bite without that sauce on it, it's like, wow, this chicken's actually really fucking dry. Then you take another bite with that sauce on it. Oh, wow, that's good again. That's why there's so much sauce on it. The chicken's dry. Like, sandwich, when you give it the sauce and all that, actually really good. Just have to make sure that every bite you have has some of that sauce on it or it's really dry.
Is, okay? Now, I'm not saying that it was like this, okay? That's disgusting. All right? But if you take a look at the wax paper, all right? The wax paper that this came in, you see that, right? The wax paper is completely saturated. You can see it's like translucent. You can see through it because it's so saturated in grease and sauce, right? So don't think about that sandwich I just showed you. Think about the wax paper. Essentially, the entirety of the wax paper that was around these egg rolls was like that. It was completely soaked in fryer grease.
Because you let it sit there for an hour. Good job.
Seriously, so bad that when I opened it, grease poured out of the wax paper onto me. I was like, what the fuck? Right? Now, I pick it up, and an egg roll is supposed to be crispy, fresh. You're biting into it, kind of crunch, and you taste all the fresh ingredients on the inside. I pick up the egg roll, and it's like this sauce. I'm like, oh no, it's so greasy. It's like, oh.
Again, you have admitted that you did not eat the food when it was delivered. You wasted time. You were plunging in the sink, and you had to clean off because you got water all over you. Then you came back down, picked at the tempura, picked at the teriyaki. Then you get to this, like, bitch, it's been like 90 minutes. Gee, this food that when it's hot and fresh is really good isn't so good when you leave it sit up for an hour and a half, guys. It's bullshit.
God, it's like like a wet sponge, you know? Like, it absorbs so much of the grease. And a good egg roll.
And stop touching your face.
It's like, it crisps apart, right? It'll crisp apart. I go to rip this thing. It's just like a soggy turd. It's like, it falls and mushes apart in my hand. I'm like, oh my God. It's so bad. So essentially what we learned yesterday is that this restaurant is only good for their chicken katsu. We had never tried the other stuff. So we ordered teriyaki, terrible. Egg rolls, terrible. The gyoza was all right. My wife had ordered gyoza and said the gyoza was decent. So the katsu and gyoza is good. Everything else there is shit, which we didn't know. So we went from a situation where we were supposed to have a romantic Italian dinner, ordering what we wanted, having it nice, and having some chocolates after, and, you know, having a nice relaxing night. And it went from that to food disposal, eruption, volcanic explosion, destroying the kitchen and covering me in basically liquid, you know, rotting food. And then eating food 30 minutes late, so it's cold, and it's very fucking, like, nasty-ass, disgusting fucking food. That was our Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day, mister. They didn't plan ahead. What did you plan ahead? No! Why would I plan ahead? I'm DSP, the king of hate. I should just get everything given to me no matter what, guys. Or, you plan ahead. The website straight up told you, hey, order today for tomorrow. You said, no, I'm going to wait until after 5 o'clock. You're in the middle of the business rush to try to order. And oh, hey, it's not working, guys. They closed the DoorDash part because they're so busy. Who could have planned for that? I wonder who. Wonder who. Who could have planned for DoorDash to be so busy they couldn't order your food? It didn't work very well. Anyways, I'm going to put a link down below of things you're not supposed to put down in your garbage disposal. DSP should watch it. He won't, but he should. Anyways, with that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have one hell of a day.